Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the final episode, at least in terms of story, of Crash 4, It's About Time. This might be episode 10 and the technical finale, but we still got 3 episodes after this. We'll be taking a look at the alternate timeline levels. Why are we not looking at them now? Well, there's an alternate timeline level in this world, and it just wouldn't make sense if I went ahead and did it with no context.
You two are so clingy. Take a hint already. Who's on my super secret personal frequency? What? Who is this? This imposter? Do you not recognize your own face? I've come from the future to warn you. If you try to turn Crash Bandicoot into the general of your army, you will fail. The machine rejects fraud. Fiend! Embryo, alert the guards! Why won't I listen to me?
Well, this is an interesting turn of events. We're back in the year 1996, before the events of Crash 1. And with it, the difficulty of Crash 1 comes. Yeah, these are definitely, hands down, no joking about it, probably the hardest levels in the entire game. I honestly really enjoy them, though, for the most part. I think this is a highlight part of the game. So I alluded to this in episode 8 with Nintendo, but yeah, this was actually towards the latter half of development. This was a bit of a last decision here. It was supposed to end with them defeating the Dr. Entropies, and that was it. But they decided that they wanted to change things up, and well, I gotta be honest, I didn't see it coming, and I like it. So, this is it, guys. This is the final episode. As far as story is concerned, we will be taking 3 separate episodes to dedicate towards Tana, Dingodile, and Dr. Cortex in their alternate timeline levels, but this is the final world of the game. There are 10 worlds in the game total, and, well, this is episode 10. This is also another episode I am going solo in because, given that it is the final episode, I thought it was kind of important to not have a guest here because this is going to be where I'm going to be wrapping up my personal thoughts on the game. So, you know, this is also another favorite dimension of mine, so I kind of wanted to have this one for me too. But anyways, these levels will be testing a lot of what you've learned throughout the game. It'll be incorporating a lot of the mask abilities. You'll be doing a lot of crazy platforming, which is very reminiscent of 1996. It's just, I don't know, I just really like it. It's fun. But I gotta be honest, there's a couple of things that I find disappointing about the whole 2 Cortex thing. Really wish they would have modeled past Cortex more, you know, at least what he looked like in Insane Trilogy. If not, the original look of him in Crash 3, and just styled it in their amazing graphics here, instead of just having 2 of the same Cortexes, where the only difference is that the projector that they're using is slightly different, making their colors different on their projections. Secondly, oh yeah, I died here. Oh, no, I didn't. No, I remember what happened here. I forgot that I already collected the hidden gem, and I mixed this up with a different level and thought that the hidden gem was back, and I missed it. So I went backwards and just wasted like 30 seconds, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna cut that out. But yeah, I don't like how much of a buffoon they make this Cortex out to be, because classic Cortex is no buffoon. He is actually like sinister, mean, he's very smart, but they kind of make him out to be this flamboyant buffoon. And while I love flamboyant buffoon Cortex, trying to imply that Cortex was always like that? I don't know. It kind of retcons some of the older games, at least in terms of his personality. I'll look past it, though, because this is a really cool setup. Cortex going back in time to stop himself from making Crash? That's brilliant! And honestly, very fitting of his character. I genuinely did not see his betrayal coming. I thought the Snacks Dimension was a bonus world. You know, like just a post-game world that you could just play around in. I know Crash has never done that before, but if this game has shown me anything, it's not your normal Crash Bandicoot game. So I thought, hey, a bonus world where I get to play a level as each character? Cool. That's a nice little bonus for being in the game. But when Cortex betrayed everybody and just went back in time, yeah, I didn't see that coming, and I thought it was amazing. I was mad at Cortex, but I think that was the point. So these green blob things, whatever you want to call them, they will explode if they get near you, and their explosions can one-hit kill you. I think. No, never mind. I think they just take whatever one hit away from you. But it's really hard to dodge them. And when they're just standing idle, you kind of want to trigger them and then just jump over them and they'll roll away from you. Just dodge them. They're kind of a pain. Or you could shoot enemies into them, like I just did. And don't be scared to spin into the enemies that are holding the spike things above them. You can spin into them. You don't have to slide. I'm going to dodge this bug and just do a slide jump over here. There's a sneaky little crate down there. Right there. See it? Yeah? No? Well, how about now? No? Because I already hit it. I hit the enemy into it. Yeah, it's a sneaky little crate. I stand here and I really do not like this part. It makes me extremely nervous. Because the timing of it is just... It's a little too scary. Because those spike things, those can one-hit kill you. Can be a little close. So that's why I'm standing here and just waiting for the perfect opportunity. Like I said before, back in episode 4, when it comes to these wall running sections, just don't hold any direction. Just jump on them, let them carry you, and jump. Otherwise, you will probably fall to your death. And that section back there is a contributor to many lives I have lost in this level. But yeah, lots of dangerous jumps here, lots of crazy enemy placements. It can be quite foreboding, but you can do it if you're patient. It's not too terrible. Like that the bonus platform actually takes you between these spinning things. It's pretty cool. Definitely one of the more scary bonus areas. It's all about timing and being careful around nitro crates. Yeah, it's a little frightening. There's a lot of those fire crates. I still don't like those crates. They slow down the gameplay way too much. But yeah, that's not too hard of a bonus round. Actually, one of the easier ones in the game, which is honestly ironic considering this is the hardest world in the game, but whatever. But yeah, we got to see Ika. Now we're getting to see Kapunawa here. Good stuff, good stuff. Got a little hectic there. Lost my footing, kind of spazzed out, but hey, all's well. We made it. We're okay. Try to be careful of these guys, though. Don't want to activate them. Don't forget what I said before. Kapunawa actually can stop time pretty quickly after you run out. There's basically no cooldown, so, you know, use it to your heart's content to make your life easier. Lots of challenging platforming here. Best thing you can do here is just dodge these enemies and slow down time if necessary, but it's pretty easy to just hug the wall here. Here's the flashback tape. They are getting really late into the levels now, and in the case of the final level, it's practically just at the end. And that is one of the hardest levels in the game, so it's understandable why it's so hard to get to it. I don't blame anybody for not being able to pick up the flashback tapes in these levels on their first try. It is quite the undergoing challenge. But yeah, this is quite the difficult time, if I do say so myself. But we're at the end of the level. Went through it unscathed. Not too terrible. It was a pretty fun level. Pretty nice level. Got the insanely perfect relic. Good times. Good times. Could have unlocked a cool Robo Crash skin, but I digress. We're about to enter a level I'm going to be quite blunt about my feelings with when we get there, but I'm going to take Coco in here first. So, Toxic Tunnels. If you've already played this game, I can already hear your triggers now. A little bit of a different take here. We're actually going to be going through a sped up version of the level first, because so just a little tangent I want to get here. I am doing this because I need to get the Flashback Tape, and I need to get the 3 death or less gem as easily as possible. This level is not going to allow for such a thing. It is no exaggeration amongst the Crash community. This is the hardest level in the game. There's literally nothing I can say other than it is the hardest level. And it's one of those things where seeing is believing. And believe me, you're gonna see. Yeah. So, first things first. Music in this level is great. Really like this song. It's catchy as hell. Those minecarts, they can one-hit kill you. I know it's hard to tell because it's really sped up, but there are spikes on them. Yeah, not a fan of those, but anyways, we are approaching the Flashback Tape. This is actually almost the end of the level. It's right here. And we're about to get to the end of that run. Just after those spinning cogs up there is the end of the level, and then I will get the 3 death or less gem, because I will certainly not be getting it on my completion run of this level. Because, whoo boy, we've got a lot to talk about here. There's a lot to unpack with this level. So, let's try this again for real now. Toxic Tunnels is hard. It is really, really, really hard. It's no exaggeration when I say this. I died on this level something of 30 to 40 times, which you wouldn't be able to tell by my life counter right now, but you believe me, by the end of this, you'll see that I did lose quite a bit of lives on it. And I got some more back over time, but you'll see what I mean when I say that this is absolutely a challenging level that I personally do not like. If I had to pick one level to say that I genuinely hate in this game, this is the one. Like, you know, I hate Rush Hour. It's not a very good level. It's slow, it's long, and it has some really BS level design at the very end. But you know, I'd rather try that one again than this one, and it's all because of the gem route. Yeah, that's what we're in for here. So, this is my successful runs of all of this, but yeah, I spent about 45 minutes on this route, and it was agonizing. To put it bluntly, it was agonizing. I genuinely hate this part of the level. And the fact that I have to do this all in one take is the worst of it all. For once, I wish they would have put checkpoints after each gem platform. I know it never was like that in the other games, but this game's already different enough. Couldn't you throw us a bone? I understand that this game is trying to be difficult, but this is ludicrous. Yeah, that was BS right there, by the way. I'm just glad I was able to salvage it. But yeah, thanks to all my deaths, I did get to enter this with 2 Akus at this point, which certainly helped a little bit, but definitely did not make it a very worthwhile experience. See that? I died 14 times? Okay, so maybe I didn't die 30 to 40 times. But it sure felt like I died 40 or so times. Just not a fun level. If you want my advice, this is like the last level you should try to complete. Honestly, it is just too brutal. It's not worth it. It's all because of the gem route. Like, the core level itself, I actually really enjoy, and I think it's fun and fair. but it's the gem route. It's the dang gem route. Okay. The beginning, not so bad. The green gem, not so bad. The red one is where things start to become a little bit annoying. But it's still bearable. It's still okay. Like, it's not horrible, but it starts to become frustrating. Like, here's the first thing I hate. You have to ride this minecart back here, right? Because there's 2 crates here. That's it. And then you ride back over here. And you jump over here. And then there's more crates over here. I'm like, okay, kind of mean. Kind of mean. Not horrible. Not great either. It's fine. It's fine. Like, this isn't the worst thing in the world. This part right here, I don't like this part. This part kills me a lot. Yeah. But it's still not the worst. The yellow. The yellow. The yellow, the yellow, the yellow, the yellow. This is the worst. So, like, on its own, this part right here with the spinning wheels, it's not too bad. Just make sure you get out of the way of those platforms, because if you stay on them for too long, fire will rise. Not too bad. It's this part. It's when you're swinging on these poles that get electrocuted. Reason it sucks is because there is a TNT crate right here, which you have to hit without, dying from that. It's kind of luck-based. Also, this part right here. Yeah, this part down here. Yeah, I don't like this part either. I was able to slip in here very, very casually. But slipping out was a little difficult. Ha ha ha. No, it was difficult. Because you have to jump between this really, really fast block, and you don't have Caputo to slow down time, so that's fun. So I just had to kind of tank it, and somehow I still didn't die, which is awesome. I was appreciative for those iframes. But yeah, that's the worst of it over, because the blue one, smooth sailing. We're done here, guys. It's fine. That's the worst part of the level. After that, I could sit here and tell you that I actually really enjoy this level. You just ride this minecart, get some wumpas. At the end, your hidden gem is there, so hey, at least it was worth something, right? At the cost of your sanity. But it's okay, because the worst of it is over. And then you shoot out over here, and oh look, we went in a big old circle somehow. But yeah, we're back on the main path. It's fine. It's fine. The rest of the level's fine. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not getting the insanely perfect relic. Don't ever ask me to try that again. I did it once. I'll never do it again. I don't really want to. I don't have any reason to. It's not worth it. I don't like it. It's stupid. Don't question me. Just stop. Stop it. Okay? It's been a rough run on this level, okay? I want to talk about it. I showed it. I think that's enough. That checkpoint right there, whew, that was the biggest sigh of relief I had the entire level. Just knowing I don't have to do the gem route again. Because if you die before you touch that checkpoint, you're going to start the whole gem route again. And oh man, you don't want to do that. You do not want to do that. There's a golden wumpa over here. Don't forget to grab that. That's very helpful. Because getting the wumpa gem here, whew, you saw my casual run. I ran through the end, breaking crates along the way, and I didn't even get a single one. There's a lot of wumpa in this level. It's kind of annoying, I'm not going to lie. But, yeah. The rest of the level's not too bad. It's pretty fun. Still super challenging, but it's a good kind of challenge, honestly. You just got to be careful. Know what you're doing. Wait patiently. Bring your 1996 Crash experience with you. Should be good. Don't bother trying to bounce on that bouncy crate. I don't know why they put these things on moving platforms thinking people are going to be able to bounce on them. That's just, it don't make any sense. Watch out for all the enemies, of course, because, you burned all your Akus trying to get yourself through the impossible gym challenge. I've seen people do it in one take. Yeah, see there? See that? Yeah. Yeah, this level's not exactly very generous. But I digress. decided I'd play as Coco for this level because, you know, I don't feel like I played as Coco as much as I probably could have in this playthrough. It's not like I have anything against Coco. I just prefer Crash overall, which is like the opposite opinion of everybody on the internet. Everybody seems to like Coco more. I like Coco. She's a great character. I played her as her pretty much for the entirety of Insane Trilogy the first time I played it, and it was fun. I just like the idea of getting to play as a character that I didn't get to play as in the original trilogy that much. I like Coco. She's fun. I like to sometimes alternate between her and Crash. But I just prefer playing as Crash. I don't know. He's such a lovable goofball. I prefer him. He's a better character in my opinion, even though he's kind of a brainless idiot, which is the opposite of his sister. But I mean, whatever. I digress. I am saying that a lot today, aren't I? Anyways, here's a bonus room that can honestly screw off. I don't like this one at all. This one is like unfair to the worst degree. I mean, it's not impossible, but man, actually cut out a lot of failed attempts here, mostly because of that jump right there. I have accidentally grazed that nitro crate a lot. It's not fun. So just be careful. Just be extra careful. This one too. Oh, don't like that one. It's a little precarious. I would not recommend it. It's kind of scary. Of course, you know, gotta platform back and hit a couple crates over here. Yeah, I died on this one quite a bit. This whole level is just actually really difficult. I would say it's my least favorite of the three in this world. Absolutely. There's no question there. I honestly just blame the gem route for that. But it's got some moments that I don't like. I don't really like that bonus round. Some of it can be a little painful, but I mean, it's mostly bearable. It's just that gem route. It's just that dang gem route. Who designed that? I want to have words with you about that. I want to know how you sleep at night knowing you made the hardest part of a Crash game right there. Yeah, I said it. Hardest part of any Crash game. And I meant it. Because I know that the level that comes after this, it also has quite the reputation of being the hardest level in the game. Yeah, we'll get to that when we get there. Anyways, you know, lots of 2D platforming here. Watch out for the spikes on those minecarts. They will one-hit kill you. I would imagine so, considering, you know, they're basically ramming spikes into your chest, and that would hurt quite a bit, I would imagine. Don't want to know what that's like. I gotta be honest, it probably does not feel that good. Go over here. There's a couple crates. Gotta make sure to do that slide double jump. Gotta be extra careful. Gotta time your platforming just a little bit there. These are those fire wheels that were also in the gem round. Gotta be careful of those. Do not body slam this. There is a TNT crate there. That is a one-way ticket to death. We're getting to the end now. We're almost there. This is a really, really nice shot of Cortex Castle. Genuinely love it.
What must I do to prove myself? Mother's name, Sharon. Childhood pet, frog with googly eyes. Favorite food, buttered noodles. Butter on the side. Andrio, change the password to my diary. This brute's been snooping.
If there's one thing these levels have going for them, it's that they have some brilliant dialogue exchanges between the two. Lex Lang just nails Cortex so much. Love me some Clancy Brown Cortex. He nailed the intimidation, but Lex Lang just... I love him. He's great. I just want to talk to this man. I want to have a conversation with him. Just tell him how much I appreciate him. That box had a bit of a moment there. But yeah, we are approaching the end. After we get through these spinning wheels here, the worst is behind us. We only have one more level left before we are at the end of this game, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a fun ride. It's been a fun ride. I really have enjoyed my time with this. We'll save the sentiments for after the game is beaten, though. Because we still got one level left. Could have gotten a Robo Coco skin there, you know, if you didn't have to collect almost every single gem in the game. But oh well. I've done it before. That's all that matters. We are approaching the last level, Cortex Castle. Interesting how the name of the final level is the same as the one in Crash 1. And understandably so, it gets quite the flack of being a hard level. Huh. But no, I'm gonna hit you guys with a super hot take here. This is my favorite level in the entire game, and one of the most satisfying levels I have ever beat in a video game. So I alluded to it in the Mosquito Marsh episode, that there was a level that I actually liked more than Offbeat the more I played the game. Because remember, I said in that episode, Offbeat was my favorite level in the game. Until it got replaced. And I said it was the final level. Yep, Cortex Castle is quite the hard level, and it's why I love it so much. This is the kind of stuff I expect from final levels in games, and this level's so satisfying. I have learned so many awesome tricks, like not needing to jump on those platforms, using the slide double jump to your advantage to clear giant gaps like that. Oh, it's just so satisfying. This level was so fun to master, especially in the time trial, because this was actually the first level that I got a platinum time relic on, and it felt like I truly earned it. It was fantastic. Also, that picture of Cortex on that monitor is flipped because it's in his backwards. They do that a lot in this game. It's mostly in the flashback tapes you can see it. It's really weird. You know, bonus round has Kapunawa. Kapunawa, she getting a lot of attention in this particular dimension, if you've noticed. But an interesting thing about the last level that we just played, Toxic Tunnels, no masks. You don't use the masks at all in that level, which I find quite interesting. But yeah, this level is very generous. It gives you 10 lives, and trust me, first timers, second timers, third timers, you're gonna need them. But yeah, this jump, love that jump. So satisfying.
I've had it up to here with your game, you lout! Lout? Why, I never!
What is it? Am I seeing double?
Embryo, quickly! Revoke this fraud's hologram access! No, Embryo! I'm no fraud! I'm from the future! You must listen to me! Embryo, do you not recognize your own master? I'm the real Cortex! No, Embryo, I am!
Ding dong, ding dong! Oh my, sounds like the doorbell. I better go see who it is.
Oh, poor Embryo. You just can't catch a break. Gotta deal with not one, but two Cortexes. The dialogue in this world in particular is honestly just some of the best, and it's what I missed substantially in the Bermulus orbit. I really, really wish we could have heard dialogue from the Entropies, like we got to hear from Engine and Embryo, and now we get to hear it from the Cortexes. It just, I don't know, it just adds to the level's charm. Although I did start to make fun of these lines a lot whenever I was replaying the level back when I had a really hard time with it my first time through. Yeah, it kind of broke me for a while, but you know, I still honestly love this level. Fantastic stuff. As you can see, this level is making use of all the masks, and I'm glad because it is the final level of the game. Now, I could make some really, like, risky jumps and stuff, but I'm trying to do my best here, so I'm being as careful as possible not to get hit. Hello? Where'd you come from, buddy? Oh, well.
Help! Quit struggling! Don't make me! Help! Anyone! We have an evil doppelganger situation! I'm not a doppelganger! I'm... No, forget it! Help! There, that'll shut me up!
Oh, these two are such a treat. I love how Cortex is just so done with everything right now. He's just so upset with how he's handling this entire situation. Why won't I listen to me? I'm not a doppelganger. Oh, forget it. But this is the Masked Gauntlet. This is where most people will lose their lives. Hidden gem, by the way, up here in a very sneaky little place. But yeah, this is going to put your mask using abilities to the test. You'll be switching between masks on the fly and being expected to do all sorts of crazy stuff with them. It is fun. I genuinely enjoy this part a whole lot. It's my favorite part of the whole level, despite the fact that it is considered the hardest part. I'd argue that everything before it was harder. I've always struggled with those parts. Masked Gauntlet, not so much. Honestly, I really enjoyed this a whole lot more. I barely got through that part. But that's why I like it so much. See, there's the flashback tape. We are actually almost at the end of the level. There it is right there. That's how close that one is. That was a hard one to get the first time. But if you were paying close attention there, you'd see that I didn't die in this level at all, so therefore I'm rewarded with an insanely perfect relic. And that skin asks for all the gems in regular and inverted. Lovely. But yeah, this last level, we are now heading on to the final battle. It's time to square down with good old Dr. Cortex. Again, because, you know, we already fought him once.
Do you have any idea how stubborn I used to be?
Yes.
I need to stop him from making you. But I can't kill him because that would kill me. So I guess that means I'll have to kill you. Yoink.
Cortex just stole my masks! How dare you! Yep, so here's the final boss, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Cortex, once again, being the one with the most hits. He has 8 hit points. Eat your heart out, Entropies. He's got 4 times as many hit points as you.
Just relax and accept non-existence.
So Cortex is going to be using the 4 quantum masks against you. Bonnie Lowly here will make the floor around you disappear. Just make sure you jump over the little phases here and you won't fall through. Pretty straightforward and easy. Also, the quantum masks are really huge when they're being used with Cortex. Like, he's at least 3 times the size of me.
Time out! Time out!
So, those bazookas, the ones that the lab assistants are using, those are interestingly a weapon that you can craft in Crash on the Run for the mobile devices. It's a nice little tie-in there. But yeah, Cortex, in between using the masks, will start doing these laser attacks where you have to jump over the red and crouch underneath the blue. It's pretty straightforward and easy.
Careful! I might flip!
So now he's turned the platform upside down, thanks to Ika Ika here. He's going to do the laser stuff again. This time it's going to be upside down. It's not too terribly hard. Just be a little careful. Watch out for the red and blue lasers. Make sure you know which one's which. Pretty straightforward stuff. It's a fun final boss. Really do enjoy it. Probably one of the better final bosses in the series. I'm not sure where I'd rate it amongst the other ones, but I do enjoy it quite a bit, and I think it's a highlight boss in the game. Although I do think Cortex's boss in the 11th Dimension is superior.
Can't keep up the pace! Slowly! Ready, set, power before Cortex!
Oh, good old Cortex. Definitely better than Entropy. Definitely better than Louise. Better than Brio. hard to say if I prefer this to the engine fight or not. I really do like the engine fight. But yeah, just gotta spin more of the henchmen into Cortex.
Rude! Enough! I'm bored of your shenanigans!
So now he's going to be using Akano for the final attacks here. He's going to just spin around the lasers, just bounce on the shoot-o-matics, and you'll be good to go. If you're careful and you plan your hops out, you should be able to just stay off the ground entirely whenever Cortex's lasers come around by just bouncing on the shoot-o-matics. Pretty easy stuff, pretty easy stuff. Spin the final 4 henchmen into Cortex, and that will wrap up the final boss and Crash Bandicoot 4, ladies and gentlemen.
Not like this! No! 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 Must have taken a hit to the old temporal lobe. But a fallen foe can only mean one thing. It came to blows, and I won! My new general's first order of business will be to dispose of you.
We are closer than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex. But Dr. Cortex, the vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do. Failure again.
Explains a lot.
You stay. What are you going to do to me?
Looks like somebody needs a little time out.
Somewhere he can't cause any trouble.
Enjoy the end of the universe!
Dingo's Diner is back and ready for you. Say good day to delectable dishes inspired by my interdimensional travels. Enjoy the breeze with our innovative 3-in-1 dining room design. Dingo's Diner, health and safety rated D for delicious.
Warning, D is a failing sanitation grade and does not stand for delicious.
Peace at last.
Oh, almost there, get the yes! Victory! Hey, Crash, you're in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This game has been a work of fiction. Any similarities to any marsupials, talking masks, dingo alligator hybrids, or evil science guys with weirdly shaped heads living or dead is purely coincidental. You should not have played this game if you suffer from Wumpa allergy, crash rash, fear of alternate dimensions, fear of moving platforms, fear of still platforms, fear of sequels, fear of squishy noises, fear of bouncy noises, fear of super science, fear of collecting things, fear of 90s nostalgia, inability to comprehend time paradoxes, inability to forgive those who have wronged you, inability to restaurant when someone asks you what you're hungry for, inability to remember where you parked, or a delicate tummy. For more information on bandicoots and their diet, habitat, mating habits, birthday wish lists, and shoe sizes, visit your local library or ask your grandma. I don't know if she has any prior experience with bandicoots, but she's very wise, and I'm sure she'd love to hear from you. The makers of this game do not in any way endorse eating at Dingodile's Diner, which has been known to cause trans-dimensional discharge, intestinal rifts, Wumpa whooping cough, parasitic slime bowl, random teleportation into darker timelines, and uncontrollable mewing like a little kitty cat during important business meetings. Any unauthorized exhibition, distribution, or duplication of this game will result in very hurt feelings. And why would you want to hurt our feelings? We've always said really nice things about you. We even said your new haircut looked great, even though it was kind of a weird length for you. Guests of Crash Bandicoot stay at Insane Beach Suites, which is just a log with some moss on it. The moss is really soft, though, so you should be able to get a good night's sleep. What, are you too good to sleep on a log? Sorry, Your Majesty, I suppose you want a continental breakfast instead of a handful of ants that make their nest under the tree. Jeez Louise, there's no pleasing some people. Can you give me a minute? Okay, I'm ready to go again. The events of this game are absolutely 100% canonical. Unless you didn't like them, in that case it was all a dream.
Well, alrighty then, Roger Craig Smith. Just give us all that, why don't ya? What a lovely tribute they paid to the original voice actor of Aku Aku, though. That artwork, when I first saw that, honestly, it brought a tear to my eye. It was so wholesome of them. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. What a fantastic game this is. I love this game so much. I'm not sure where I'd place it, but if I had to say, it's at least within my top 5 Crash games of all time. Love it. Crash 2, still my favorite of the platforming games. Between this and Titans on which one I prefer as a post-Naughty Dog game, it's kind of a toss-up, but I think this one might be better. So if I had to give it a placement, maybe 3rd favorite Crash game of all time? Crash 2 and CTR Nitro Field are just too hard to beat, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm really not. But man, what an experience. This was definitely one of my favorite projects to work on. I have been playing this one for a few months now. I knew from the very get-go that I wanted to wait until I had the definitive version of it to play. I wanted to wait until I had a full cast of guests that I could bring into most of the episodes, which was fantastic. I made several new friends in this process. Special shouts to Miharu the Fox. You have been a long-time inspiration on a lot of content for the years that I've been subscribed to you, and as somebody who has been subscribed to you since your beginning, it was an honor to have you here in this series with me, and I'm so glad I got the chance to just sit down and chat with you about Crash and Spyro. Special thanks to my returning guests, Gentendo from my Crash 3 Warped playthrough, as well as my longtime friends Alicia and Haley from my old Let's Plays like Spyro, as well as my Doki Doki Literature Club stream and various other videos that they have been a part of. Those two were continuously some of the greatest friends I had ever made and made college wonderful. I was happy to have you two here as well. I will be having 3 other guests that you all have previously seen here as well. We'll be doing in respective orders, Tana, Dingodile, and Cortex's alternate timeline levels, and I will have a guest for each of those as well, so that'll be fun. This project was quite the taxing experience too. I've made it said before, and I will say it again, I am not doing the time trials, the inverted mode, or the flashback tapes in this playthrough as of right now. Maybe we'll come back to them. We most certainly might come back to them, might find something interesting to do with them. Not sure what that is yet, but we'll see in due time. It's a matter of time. You'll see. We'll see. But yeah, this was a fun project. I really enjoyed my time. I love playing this game. I am taking a break from it though, because I have played this game a lot in preparation for this playthrough, as well as all the time I sunk into it before I knew when I was going to start recording. I played this game so much, and I've played 4 different versions of it, mind you. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and PC. I like this game quite a lot, in case you couldn't tell. But yeah, we'll see in due time. As for future projects, I've got some things under the wraps here, but I've made it clear that I think this is going to be, at least for now, the last playthrough I'm going to be doing on this channel. There are other projects I want to do that are more, special, ambitious, larger in scale. So I figured I would send my playthroughs off with something a little special. And I hope it certainly delivers, and will continue to deliver in the next 3 episodes. But thank you to everybody who has joined me for this. It was a wonderful experience. I had fun. I hope you had fun. I'm going to let the rest of the credits play out here, as well as the 100 and 106% endings that I'm not going to be going for in this playthrough as of right now, but you'll at least get to see what you get for the trouble. So, until then, I'll see you guys next time, for the next few levels at least. But thanks for watching. Take it easy.
Engine abandoned his heavy metal lifestyle for one of smooth jazz. His album My Heart is a Doomsday Device is currently #1 in elevators all over the world. He'll be playing in the hotel bar from 3 to 3:30. Embryo was caught and caged after being mistaken for a flying squirrel. He is on display in the Art of Taxidermy at Ripperoo's Curious Cabinet of Curiosities. To fuel his need for speed, Oxide became hooked on caffeine. He was hired as the spokesperson for a leading brand of energy drink. He is currently in rehab and in the throes of a messy divorce. Without their master, Cortex's lab assistants found themselves in need of a new gig. They renovated his blimp, turning it into a successful pop-up shop, specializing in healing crystals. Dingo Dial franchised his restaurant operation, with Dingo's Diner rising to become the first name in chain fast casual dining. They closed overnight with officials citing record health code violations. The original location remains open during its condemnation. After successful expeditions to El Dorado, Shangri-La, Atlantis, and a brief fling with some dweeb named Smathan Trake, Tana is taking a brief hiatus from her adventures to recenter. She's recently taken up scrapbooking. She's not very good yet, but she's getting there. After trying and failing to invent the world's first self-flying flying car, Coco found a new career as an esports champion. Don't forget to follow Kick-Ass Coco and smash that adore button. The Dimensions have heard nothing more of the Doctor's trophies since Crash foiled their plans. But evil geniuses are harder to squash than cockroaches. And as for me, well, let's just say I'm doing just fine.
Ah,